Difficult to give up restart goals, so disappointed from that standpoint, but still a lot of really strong performances from our guys. Uh, just couldn't get that second goal in the second half. I thought we earned it. Uh, I think the Fabian one is a PK, but didn't go our way tonight in that regard. Created enough chances to get that second goal, didn't get it, but at the same time, a lot of really strong games from guys. And again, now we have to take the positives from it. It's obviously disappointing to drop points late. We get to the 85th minute. We should close out the game, no question about it. It's not problems in the run of play. It's restarts. Same thing. In the few games we've dropped points from being ahead now, San Jose, in DC, and this one now. This is the third one. They're from corner kicks, which is difficult because in the run of play we're still very tough to break down. I thought our guys did a good job on the night limiting their chances. We'll learn from it. We'll watch the tape. But yeah, difficult way to end it because the guys put so much in it. Everybody's disappointed. We know we have 3 tough games now on the road, and we'll have to get points on the road.
Andy in the front row.
Jim, I'm not telling you anything you don't already know, but there's such a fine line between first place and fifth place
Yeah.
in this league. But with that schedule coming up, how do you keep the guys grounded?
Yeah, I mean it's going to be difficult. We've had a good eye on those 3 games going on the road. We knew it would be a challenge. At the same time, we've proven we can win on the road. We can get points on the road. You can see now in this league when teams, there's some of the teams at the bottom are desperate and they're fighting for points. So there's no easy games, home or away in this league. So we know we have a challenge ahead of us. We want to go into those final 2 home games being in the playoffs and then go from there and try and work our way up in terms of seeding.
Jonathan, second row on the right.
When they score a tying goal, you think about playing the card of the third summer. What happened?
At that point, our back 4 was doing a great job, so I'm not changing any of those guys. I thought Warren was excellent on the night. Bedoya did a great job. Again, we made attack-minded subs because that's what we are. We're a team that attacks and scores goals. Again, if you think about it, I wasn't going to change the back 4. I didn't want to change the 2 defensive midfielders. We made a tweak to get Roland on the field with some fresh legs and maybe get him on the ball and slow us down and draw some fouls. For the most part, it worked. But again, on a dead ball situation, we got beat. We had chances to close it out, but. Yeah, you could argue, throw Charlie out there, but at the same time with that, then you lose Sapong's height on restart. So a lot of variables go into it. When coaches get it right, no one says anything, and then when it goes like this, we get questions. That's part of my job.
And at third row on the left.
Speaking of Warren, he's had some good performances
Yeah.
in the past. Where do you see his role in the team when he gets back as that kind of defensive midfielder?
Yeah, Warren was great. Maurice is working hard to come back. I thought Warren had a really strong game tonight. Connected passes, did a good job getting us from one side to the other. Broke up a ton of plays defensively, has a great engine. So I'm happy with him. Mo is still, playing tonight. We'll watch the tape, obviously, of that, and we'll assess it. But he's not yet in the 18 for us, so I'm not too worried or concerned with him. We have Brian Carroll coming back strong now as well, and Warren had a good performance. So at this point, I can say that I'm very confident putting Warren out there, home, away, to win a game.
Matt, far right.
Jim, before the goal, how well do you think you guys did handling the threats of Piatti and Drogba?
Yeah, I would say well. I thought that Piatti's going to get chances. He's a great player. He's not a guy you can shut down for 90 minutes. But for the most part, I thought he had some joy in the first half. But Keegan, I thought, stepped up in the second half and closed them down a bit. I thought Josh Yaro was excellent on the night, dealing with Drogba, who is a handful. He's a big, strong guy. But yeah, I think for 2 young guys to go against 2 top players in our league, I thought they passed. And again, it comes down to a short restart where it gets clipped to the back post. There's a scramble for it, and we almost get a foot to it. Doesn't go our way. I thought even on the corner kick before where Saman gets the header, I think it deflects, and then there's an instance where I think if we're a little more alert, maybe we could clear it up the field, and it leads to a second corner, and then from there they make a play. Again, it's tough to close out games. It's tough to win games in this league, and we came up a little bit short.
Matt, back right.
When you saw Drogba, Ship, and Oduro come on, was there any changes defensively, schematically? Or?
Yeah, I mean, once Drogba comes on, you know it's going to be two forwards. You know what he's about. He's going to hold balls up. He's going to win flicks. So I thought our center backs adjusted on the fly. We talked with Ali about protecting and kind of shielding the center backs and cutting off passes into Drogba's feet. And they did that. They did that well. I don't think, again, in the run of play that they killed us with anything. It was just, we wish we could have got the second goal. That's the best defense. If we get a second goal, like we deserved, the game's over and everybody's a lot more happy. But at the same time, we can still learn from the tough moments, giving up late goals. It's tough.
Couple more, Kevin. Middle.
Jimmy mentioned, I think a couple weeks ago, you were reading a story about the best number 10s in the league, and Tranquillo wasn't listed on that.
Yeah.
And he goes out and scores a goal like that
Yeah.
today. I mean, how important was it to have him up in that spot again, and what are you without him this year?
Yeah, he's a great player. He's a top player. He's been excellent for us all season. He wants to win so bad. He's the most competitive guy in the team, and he's upset that we dropped points tonight. So he scored a great goal and bailed us out in what wasn't our best first half. But big players step up in the big moments, and I know he's got more moments like that in him down the stretch because we're going to need him. He's one of the top number 10s in our league. He does a great job for us offensively and defensively, and has been an exceptional player. And when it's all is said and done and the awards and all that come out, he should be involved. And if he's not, then it's just people that don't really know or how to watch a game, because he does everything on the field for us.
Mike, third row middle.
CJ Sapong with just one shot tonight. What did you think of his performance?
Not his best night. I think he got fouled a few times that maybe a call or two could have gone his way. He still put in the work, and again with CJ, he fights for everything. He sets the line defensively for us. Would you like to maybe have him see Fabian on the outside and slip him in on the one play at the beginning of the second half to get that second goal? Sure, but he went for it, and again, you can't fault a striker for going for goal. But again, he gives me everything. He worked his tail off again. I think some of the bounces will start to go his way soon here, and he'll get on the end of some crosses and get going again in terms of goals. But he does a lot of little things that maybe don't show up in the stat sheet, fighting for things on corner kicks offensively and defensively. So not his best night, but at the same time still gave a lot.
Jonathan.
With Tranquillo, his willingness and ability to shoot when he gets to the edge of the 18-yard box and get defensive back on. How important is that in terms of what he brings? Because he made a couple of runs early and he passed the ball in, decided to just take it himself. When he does that, how important is it to the amount of space that then gets created for?
Yeah, it keeps the defense honest. I think they have to respect that he can shoot from distance and step out. We're still not a team that scores a ton of goals outside the box. I think league-wide, the percentage of goals scored outside the box is pretty low. So it takes a special effort like the one he hit tonight. So again, now the next time obviously teams watch tape, they'll see that Kilo will shoot from distance, and then maybe they do step out, and then he can slip a ball to CJ or Chris or Fabian and get us a goal that way. So it does keep defenses honest, and it's another tool in his arsenal of weapons.
Paul here on the right.
5 games left, next 3 on the road. What do you need to see from your guys moving forward to not only set yourself up to get into the playoffs, but get yourself into a successful run?
Yeah, we're playing well, which is good. That's the first and foremost. We've put together some good performances. Again, Chicago was disappointing, but we still had good moments in the game. If you look back before then, you think about some of the results that we got on the road in some difficult places to play. So we know every point matters. Everybody's going to kind of pick and take points from each other down the stretch as you see some of the matchups in the game. So even a point tonight, while disappointing, is still a big point. Every point's going to matter down the stretch. Again, 3 games on the road is tough, but we can win on the road, and we know we have 2 games to finish the season against 2 good teams in Orlando and New York Red Bull. So we're in a good spot right now. We're not chasing it. We have to win a few more games, and we'll be in a good spot to make a run in the playoffs.
Thank you, Jim.
Thanks.